Hello guys, and welcome back to Opening Chatters, your only place to find real reviews of the England cricket game.
We're real.
Thanks for joining us again, and don't forget, if you like what you see, subscribe and press the like button on the video to help us get out there to more England cricket fans. So as you can see, we've got the 3-test series of the West Indies, which we knew about. And now we have 3 one-day games against Ireland, and then 3 tests and 3 T20s, I think it is, against Pakistan. So quite a bit of cricket to come for the rest of the season, which should keep us busy. How are you today, Johnny?
Oh, I'm fabulous. Well, actually, I've only just recovered from that big L that England suffered, but I'm back now. I'm optimistic. I finished crying. It's time to move on.
The result, right?
Yes.
Which was not a good result from our side. And I think it all went wrong on day 1 and 2, with the batsmen not getting many runs.
And it was all an uphill battle. Behind the game, behind the 8 ball, whatever that was.
I wonder what the decision was to bat first. Overhead conditions, they knew it was going to be cloudy for 2 days.
They were thinking that if it was a fully 5-day test, then it would have been an absolute mare to bat in the last innings on that pitch.
But if they just looked at the weather report, now, granted, I know the weather report sometimes struggle to tell us what's happening right now.
Sometimes.
Never mind the next 2 days.
They just look out the window and tell you what's there.
And then they get it wrong too.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, they had an inkling of what may happen. And I think they gave away the best conditions of the game, seen as bowling is quite a strong item in the England lineup.
It wasn't a great decision, but I can also see why they went for that decision.
Okay, so let's look at some of the performances. What do you have for us?
Firstly, from our innings, Jason Holder played an absolute blinder from the bowling point of view. 6 for 42, and that was some serious stuff going on there. All his wickets from that spell were in the corridor of uncertainty, if you like to say. So that tells us that he is amazing at just plugging away at that off stump, and it just proves that it works. And a bit of boring old-fashioned cricket can do the dirties in this kind of situation. And then who else have we got there? If you could put the score back, that would be lovely. Thank you. Stokes got 43, but when your top scorer is 43, that's when you know you're in trouble. 204 bowled out. That's where the game went into the dustbin from my point of view. And then Stokes bowled pretty well in the West Indies first innings. Brathwaite got 65. And even though no one got a big score in the West Indies innings, they all contributed. There were a lot of 40s and 50s, which got them to a respectable score. And they had a huge lead. Hard for us to come back from that. And then Crawley, I was really impressed with him. His most productive shot actually was the on drive, which tells you that he's a classy player, because the on drive, and most cricketers know, it's the hardest shot to perfect in the game.
That's why they call me a classy cricketer.
Yeah. Swiftly moving on. Gabriel got 5 for 75, and he is another bowler. He's very different to Holder. And he bowls from that 88 to 90 plus miles an hour every single ball. And he had his wickets from a variety of deliveries: short balls, full balls, wicket balls. And he just bowled really well. And then we go back to the West Indies second innings. I mean, they were looking a bit shaky there for a second. England could have capitalised, but Blackwood came to their rescue, just missing out on 100. And actually, an interesting stat on Blackwood is that he averages 55 in 7 tests against England. Bet you didn't know that one. I am the stat man. And then, I don't know if you want some more stats, because we all love stats. How can we live without
all about the numbers?
Yeah, it's all about the numbers. We could talk about the battle between Holder and Stokes. They dismissed each other 3 times throughout the test, and that's going to be an emerging battle throughout the test series. So it's a real battle because, number 1 all-rounder in the world against number 2 all-rounder in the world. There's a bit of fiery heat going on there, and I can't imagine Stokes is going to be sitting on his laurels in the number 2 position. He's going to be fired up to go and blast it away in Old Trafford.
I think he'll be even more fired up this week because he won't have the burden of the captaincy again.
But if we want to take an overall view of the whole test, we can just see that the West Indies bowled much better than us because all their pace bowlers averaged 23.16 throughout the test and took 18 of the 20 wickets. And they bowled 41 maidens throughout the entire test. And if we look at England, their pace bowlers got 14 wickets at 29.14, which is, 6 runs more. And they only bowled 28 maidens. So it just shows you that the West Indies were doing a much better job at applying pressure. And, ultimately that paid the bills, the skills to pay the bills, and ultimately results in a big W for them.
And what about the big elephant in the room, leaving Broad out? Would we have done better if he was in?
He wasn't happy, was it? He went into that diary room that they like to have on Sky now with steam coming out his ears. I mean, I felt like I was watching Big Brother, not cricket.
But do you think we could have done better if he was in the team?
Absolutely. I think they overcompensated and they thought, we're going to go for a bit of pace, which is nothing wrong with that. But Broad, he would have just added a bit of something different. I think Wood and Archer were a bit too similar. I mean, we said before you should play one at a time and rotate them out.
So playing Wood, Archer, and Jimmy in the same team with we still got 5 more tests to go within 2 months. Injury is definitely going to play a part, I think.
Yeah, that's why they need to rotate them.
So talking about rotating, what does our team look like for tomorrow?
Dun, dun, dun.
So Joe Root is coming back at number 4.
Yes, get in there, Rooty.
And Zach Crawley moving up to number 3.
Absolutely. He had a respectable performance in the last match. And why not put him in there? And I think Denley, how many opportunities can one guy get? He's had his day. It's time for him to go take a break, I reckon.
Now, I see someone didn't update the slot because it still says Ben Stokes is captain, but we all know that's not the case for this coming game.
I wonder who that was.
We've given Jimmy a rest this week.
Yeah. He can sit in the Jimmy Anderson end and watch everyone else play. Aren't we absolutely so generous?
So we simply put Broad in for Jimmy.
And Wokes in for Wood.
So we're resting 2 of the fast bowlers. What did you think of Josh Butler's performance last week?
I think he's got 2 more tests to, do something, but, it just wasn't good enough for someone of his caliber. In one-day cricket, he's an absolute idol, and I've just never seen him. He looks so at sea in Test cricket, and I just don't understand why. I think it's because he doesn't really understand his role properly. In one-day cricket, you just go out there, give the ball a smack. He doesn't really know what to do.
I really think Bairstow might be better suited for the Test team.
Absolutely. He can bat higher as well. Well, if he's wicketkeeper, maybe he won't, but...
Well, we don't need him to bat higher. We've got a good lineup there.
Or what about Ben Folkes?
So interesting stat will be, how do they perform when they're wicketkeeper and how do they perform when they just play?
Well, you know that Ben Folkes is a Surrey player, so I don't know why he's not already in this team.
So we're looking forward to tomorrow. Another good day. I haven't checked on the weather for tomorrow.
Well, it's Manchester, so there's 99% chance it's going to rain.
Okay, so we're not going to get a full 5 days, but most probably we'll get a result out of 4.
I saw on Stuart Broad's Instagram, he said, or maybe it was Jofra Archer, he said, this is Manchester, and then there's a picture of Old Trafford under covers.
That's what we have for this week. Do you want to wrap it up, Johnny? What are we looking forward to in the next test?
We're looking forward to actually, batting, as in that process of, hitting the ball and not hitting the air around the ball or the edge of the ball, in the middle of the bat to the boundary. And how about, sometimes, just sometimes, when you bat well, you can win. Funny that, isn't it? And then we also need to have a good performance with the ball. There's been it's going to be interesting to see what the pitch is like. We'll see. And, we've got our super fast Joffy steaming in. He's going to take an 8 in the first innings. And you know me, I always get these things right. So anyway, if you're new around here, please subscribe and like the video, because, this is the only place on the planet that you can get real, honest, information about England cricket. Even after watching this video and you think, you know what, I absolutely love these guys, I need to see more, go check out all our other videos, send them to all your friends, and just let's make this channel explode into anything, explode huge, massive, and before you know it, we'll be in Marbella with a what are those cocktails with coconut in it?
How am I supposed to know?
We'll be in Marbella with...
I've never had a cocktail with coconut in.
Okay. Excuse me. Can we pause to analyze that? Hold the phone. You have not lived. I think I'm gonna have words with the manager and get you off this show, because we cannot have someone who doesn't like coconut cocktails. I think I'm losing it.
I think it's too late.
Anyway, we'll be in Marbella sipping on a very expensive Diet Coke.
Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you again after the second test.
We love you.